howdy, it's Uncle Paul. Merry Christmas, y'all, from Texas. Now I'm about to go do something that some of you may criticize me for, and I understand if you do. But I'm about to go to the grocery store and get what I need to make one of our favorite Chapman family holiday traditions, and it's called Texas Trash, and it is not healthy. But what it is basically a snack food. People have different names for it, just a bunch of different items. And my parents had making it for years and years. And then after Dad passed away, I started making it for the family. And then, now Mom's passed away. But, it's just something we all love, and we even share with friends as well. So, it's one of those things that it is unhealthy food, but if you eat it in moderation, I don't think it's going to do much harm at all if you just don't eat that much of it. So my goal is it's several days before we open up gifts. As a family, we're going to open up gifts Sunday night. We're going to get together then. And so a few more days till that, and my goal is not to eat any of it at all until Sunday. So I think that's what makes a food plan sustainable, at least for me. I'm going to keep making the trash as long as I'm able to. That sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? Going to be making the Texas Trash, and then I'll pass it on to someone else one of these days. But for now, it's off to the grocery store. Okay, well, I always do this recipe just a little bit different every time I do it. Usually I double it or close to double it, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to quite do double the amount of the recipe. I'm going to add about half the ingredients, and then I'm going to put the oil or the sauce on it, so to speak. But first, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 250 degrees. Okay, the first ingredient to put in there is you can use corn or rice chex. Sometimes I get one box of each and split it. And this is a family size, so I just got one box. Go ahead and I'll pour half of it in. And Cheez-Its, and we like to get the spicy hot kind. The recipe called for Twigs a long time ago, and I don't remember who made them. They were kind of little breadstick. It was a cracker, really, kind of long and thin, but they're called Twigs. They haven't made those for years. This is sort of a substitute, these Club Minis. Okay, and then fish. Calls for 3 bags of these, and I try to get different flavors. Now, this is the Pretzel Niblets. Now, the recipe calls for a bag of those thin, little, short little pretzels. They've never been my favorite. So, and this is the first time I'm going to use the niblets. Now, I'm going to put in half of the walnuts we got, and then the pecans. All right. And I do my mixing with a spatula, good and thin, to stick down along the edge and mix up everything. And you're going to have to stir it several times in the process as you're cooking it or roasting it. Okay, now it's time to make the sauce. Well, as you can see, the pan is nearly full. And so really I'm just going to cook the rest of that in a separate batch, which means it's going to take twice as long, of course. But that's okay. I'm on break from school, from work. So now what it calls for is 2 cups of oil, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and I will put this recipe down below this video, you know, in the more section. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. There we go. Then stir it up. Pour that on. At 250 degrees, you cook it or roast it for 2 hours, and every 15 minutes, you take it out and you stir it and then put it back in just to make sure that everything gets roasted as equally as possible, and you do not need a lid or to cover it with anything. So let's get it in there, this first batch. Set it for 15 minutes. There we go. Okay, so I finally got this done, 2 hours, and stirred it every 15 minutes. So I'm gonna let this cool, bag it up, and then I will do the other batch. But there's one thing I wanna show you about this other batch is these honey wheat pretzels here. I used these for the first time at Thanksgiving, in the batches I did at Thanksgiving, and most everybody seemed to really like these. I had never used them before, so gonna have a bag of this in this second batch. Well, there's only 2 people I'm giving gifts to this year, and that's my great niece Abby and my great nephew Jackson. So Abby, I know you're watching this video. I'm going to get your Christmas gift right now. Well, actually there is someone else for whom I bought a gift. Hurley. Can't forget about him. Good Sunday morning. Well, Texas trash is just one of the traditions we have during the holidays, Thanksgiving and at Christmas time, but it is definitely one of the favorites. If you've got some kind of tradition that you do at the holidays, let me know. I'd be curious as to what it is, especially if it's something food related, or in this case something similar to our Texas trash. I would be curious as to what kind of things you incorporate in your mix there. It might be something that I want to use next year, you know. So but anyway, I did manage to stay away from it, not eat any of that Texas trash since I made it several days ago. It was very tempting, but now it's time to go get on the scale. Last week, the little weight was just a hair under 27, and the big weight was on 200. And this week, I managed to make the little weight go the left way, as one of my subscribers like to say. 1 pound, 2 pounds, and 3 pounds. It was on the 24, and that's a 3-pound loss on the week, and that is great. Okay, I think I'm gonna go eat some Texas trash for breakfast. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you try that recipe because it really is good. Well, I am really looking forward to worship this morning. I'm looking forward to the rest of the family coming in and us spending some more time together. And I really hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. You know, it's warmed up so much here the last couple days. I'm just going to say Mele Kalikimaka. Guys, thank you so much for watching this morning. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. And Lord willing, I'll see you next week.